All right, folks, confession time. And I started up Frankie. There is a video, and all of a sudden it starts making kind of like a started shaking real good. And I found out what's wrong. I feel stupid. Let's see if we even have a check engine light. Boy, just an E303, man. Something else just doesn't seem quite right. So I should have got this on video before I delved in and found out the problem, but I didn't. I'm an idiot. So I backed her out here, let her idle for a minute. Then I got out and the belt was off a tooth. And I looked down and the crank was sitting out about a half an inch. Well, what happened is my fault. When I was dealing with the timing issue on this thing, when I was 180 out, I was using this here to turn the crank so I could get the distributor where I needed it and get top dead center. Well, I went and started her up while that was still on the bolt. The bolt came out. The washer was nowhere to be found. So I figured it was still in here. Guess what? It wasn't. So what happened was this bolt does not hold the balancer on without a washer. You need a washer in there to hold that puppy on. And the whole harmonic balancer walked its way out about half an inch. And I'll be honest with you, when I saw that, I was thinking maybe something worse had happened, like I busted the crank or something. So I guess in a way I'm happy that's all it was, and I'm happy Cow Ranch had them. I bought a second one just in case I need one again down the road, just in case I'm stupid again. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that little tidbit with you. Do not assume the washer's in there, because I did it, and look what happened. The thing that baffles me though is I have no idea where the hell the other washer went. It wasn't on the driveway. I even went over the sides over here and thought, you know, maybe it's sitting somewhere else. I have no clue where it's at. What the hell? I gotta say that I know for a fact it was on there because I always use the washer to suck the thing in there. So I know it was on there. It must have flew somewhere when I bumped that and the bolt came out. When I bumped the motor and the bolt came out, because I had my breaker bar on there, whatever it's called. So luckily everything looks okay. I mean, it walked out. Really, the only carnage is the belt. I can live with that. I'm okay with that. Everything looks good. I haven't tightened it up yet, but I just wanted to show it off before, just to show you up in there that everything's okay. I was really worried that something would be jacked up with that front seal or the timing chain cover maybe, but we made it out alive. All right, she's all back in. Everything lines up perfect again. Boy, I could have really eluded that by making sure I had a washer. I'm still baffled as to where in the heck that went. What's that? Oh, that's a distributor. Why is it in my hand? That's why. So, since I started this thing, I know the power steering pump has not been, well, it leaks. And it sat upside down while it was, for 15 years while it was sitting in the garage. Well, I thought that the noise I was hearing was from that. Yesterday, I had a little mitzvah. I don't know if it'll make it in this video or another video, but anyway, I had to run it without the belt for a minute, and I noticed, hey, that sound is still there. What could it be? So I started listening around, and it was coming from the distributor area. And that's her right there. I owe an apology to that power steering pump because she was getting blamed for something that wasn't her. I got on the Amazon. I've got a new one on the way. I ordered the Spectra Premium. Hopefully it works out okay, because kind of need a distributor. I'm not a big fan of going aftermarket with electrical parts, especially ignition parts, but there's really not much of a choice when it comes to distributors and these old Mustangs. I didn't want to pay for an MSD either. I mean, they're like little north or south, whatever you want to say. They're right around $300, give or take 20, 30 bucks. But anyway, man, she's not happy. And I feel good that it's not inside the motor, because it was either that or maybe the oil pump. The oil pump's brand new, but I've seen stranger things happen before. But I did run the oil pump with a drill, and it did not make any noise. And this noise happened right from the get-go. So I was fairly confident it wasn't oil pump. However, things start playing with your head when you hear noises like that. Man, she's loud. Not a whole lot of wobble in it though. That's one thing that baffled me, is yesterday when I heard the noise, I took the cap off and I was expecting to hear some wobbling in there, but it's got very little play. It's acceptable end play on that thing, but I cleaned this up as well as I could, but it's got a bearing in it somewhere that's not happy, and I'll probably hang on to it and maybe someday do a video on maybe rebuilding it. All right, so new distributor came. I bought the Spectra Premium off Amazon. I don't know, it's about $57, something like that. Put her in, and right from the get-go it fires up, runs okay for a minute, then gradually it starts making goofy noises, and I get out, and the tightened distributor is now all the way up against the intake. So you can see that it flat out drug that thing right across the holder downer, and it started squealing at that point. So I pulled it out. Look at those teeth. I mean, seriously, if this thing ran for an entire minute, I would be surprised. All those teeth are absolutely just, they're shredding. This is a steel gear. It's supposed to be anyway. So I looked at the stock distributor and looked at those teeth. They're perfect. So I sprayed a little Croil down in there, stabbed her back in, and my noise is completely gone and it runs fine. I guess I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and buy a Motorcraft replacement. Well, not that they sell, I don't even think they sell this thing anymore. So I'm gonna have to hit up some friends or something around town here and see if I can't get me a Motorcraft. That Spectre's going right back to Amazon. I cannot believe that those teeth got chewed up like that. And come on, focus. I'm trying to get in there and show you just how ugly that is. All right, I just wanted to show you something else that I found. So like I was saying, this whole thing spun in the block. The whole distributor spun, and I could hear a squealing sound. I'm pretty sure my squealing sound was right in here. I can see scraped up metal right in here, and I'm guessing that's our culprit. This is supposed to be this is an FD17. That is, can you see that? I'm trying to get in there. Let me turn there we go. FD17 right there. And she's scraping there, and the living tar chewed out of that thing right there. Hey folks, the saga continues. I can't help but laugh anymore. This thing does not want another damn distributor in it, I guess. So I found one on the Facebook Marketplace. I just drove an hour to pick it up, hour back obviously, and I go to put her in and she don't fit, and I get to looking at it, and I don't know about you, but I'm real impressed by that car. So I'm trying, this is the one I just went and picked this up, and yeah, she won't go in the hole in the block. Why? We got ourselves a 351 Dizzy here. That ain't a 302. I also noticed the collar was different, so the housing is the same part number, different revision, but same part number. They're both E4TE 12131s. This is a CA. That's an AA. That's not going in there because 351 has a 5/16 oil drive shaft, oil pump drive shaft, and this has a 1/4 inch. The 302 has a 1/4 inch. So back to the kitchen. I smell something burning. All right, so this was all painted over when I got it. I just took the magic power of brake clean and stripped the paint off this sticker. It is an E7TE. I know these have E7TE heads on it. That was originally a truck casting. The T means truck. So yeah, this was for a truck with a 351, probably 87 to 90, 87 to 89-ish before they changed the module on them. But you know, it's not a huge deal. The only problem is now I've got three 351 distributors and no 302 distributors. But we'll live with it. Move along. We'll move along. So I'm making this video that you're watching right now, and I realized that I did not explain that I did find a distributor. It was a Reman. I found it. It is a Motorcraft distributor, Reman by Cardone. I got it for 35 bucks, and you are about to see it right now. It is in the car now, and it works well. But I just needed to get back in here and explain that, because for some stupid reason I didn't have that in the video. So I apologize. Continue. All right, she's been found. This is actually a Spectra unit. When I put Frankie back together, I thought that the TFI was bad, but it turned out I had the dang distributor 180 out. I don't know, I was grasping at straws, and that's a fairly quick changeover, so I just hurried and did that. I don't even know if this works, but because I never started it with it, but I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to reuse this cap base, rotor, and the cap. This is pretty much just going to be for parts. Yeah, I got this thing for like 15 bucks on Amazon, just to use for parts. So it's going to do its job right now. I figure 15 bucks, but you know, the module that came on it is in Frankie right now. It does work. And then, you know, by the time you buy all the cap and rotor and all that junk, you're easily get your 15 bucks back. Just in case you're wondering about the old distributor and how you go about replacing it. First, you gotta unhook that. That is specific to Fords mostly. But next, this is common on any distributor. And you need to make note of where your rotor is at. This is your rotor, this is your cap. Make note of where that's at. And also the position of where it's turned. This is a pretty easy reference on these. I did mark right there where the edge of this is. So this is pretty much pointed directly at the clamp bolt. So if you look at it, so that's pretty easy. Earlier when I put the Spectra in here, it was pointed over here, so I put that mark right there. Yeah, if you don't put it in the same spot, it's not going to run so hot, or maybe not even run at all. And the only thing holding this in here is this 1/2-inch bolt that's in the bolt and clamp, I should say. So you just put your tool back in the Fox body tool holder. Take this right here, bolt and clamp right out of here. Then you just pretty much pull straight up. She'll come right out. I wound up getting this for 35 bucks. And Napa wanted about $80 or $90 for it, somewhere in that range. So this wound up being a pretty good deal for me. As far as I can tell, Cardone will only rebuild the Motorcraft units. So the guy I got this from was actually a mechanic. He told me, so when they clean these up, they blast them. Soda blast, bead blast, something like that. And he told me, just so you know, sometimes when they do these, it'll pit these and make them kind of hard to go in. He said, just go over with the memory cloth, it'll usually go right in. I kind of think we'll be okay on this though. One thing I don't know, I've noticed that these Ford distributors have this little tick in them, and the block also has one right there. Let me get my... And this thing ran best when I had it in that spot. I don't know if that's where 10 degrees below top dead center was at or what. If anybody knows what that means, I'd be grateful to know. And that, folks, is a wrap. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. The 8-9 Garage, we're slowly getting subscribers, slowly getting more views, slowly getting more airtime or playtime, whatever YouTube calls it. They sent me congratulations because my playtime has increased 3 months in a row. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully someday I get to hang one of the YouTube logos up here. That'd be sweet. Thanks again, guys. Please watch. Go back and watch Frankie from the beginning if you haven't. It's quite an ordeal, really. But please like, share, subscribe. And there is a bell up in the top right corner. If you click that, I finally figured out what it does. That fly wants in on the video. If you click that bell, it will let you know when I post a video. So you can be the first one to watch the video. You have a chance at it. Wouldn't that be neat? You can even write first for the first comment. Anyway, take care. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. This is going to post on a Sunday, so I hope your next week is all hunky-dory, and we'll see you next time.